Hey guys, Coach Andrew here, coming at you live from the studio office. We got another question from a friend today who cannot stop worrying. He says, Coach Andrew, I can't stop worrying about money. I can't stop worrying about my family. I spend so much time thinking about things that could go wrong that I hardly have enough time to be happy, right? I can relate to this, okay? I come from a family of chronic worriers, and our friend is just in a situation where his mind is surrounded by negative thoughts, right? He's constantly projecting his insecurities and his fears into his own future. And what that's doing is it's increasing his stress, it's lowering his ability to focus on the present moment and, get stuff done, be happy, enjoy yourself, feel at peace, right? And I think we all know, at least most of us who are watching these videos, right? Because if you're watching this video, you're interested in self-development, you're interested in mindset, you understand the reality of life, and the reality is that we all know everyone has stress, right? Nobody is perfect. Even people who are like filthy rich, right? A lot of them are unhappy. They're super unhappy. They're miserable. Maybe they work too much. Maybe they don't have a good family life, right? Maybe they don't even have a relationship and they're all alone. They just feel lonely. It's so easy in the age of the internet to look at people and assume that everyone has things, perfect, because that's all people ever want you to see, right? I'm friends with a lot of coaches on Facebook, and they're constantly posting pictures about how great their life is, how fit they are, how happy they are, how wonderful their business is, how much they're traveling. And it's like, great, but like, how many of you are actually willing to be vulnerable and admit that your life isn't perfect and admit that you might have problems, right? You might have money problems. You might have some relationship problems. You might be depressed or anxious. And that's okay, all right? Because as a coach, as a person who's just in touch with the world and the reality of how things actually work, you know this. You expect this. You expect everyone to have their own problems. And so, my friend, I'm just telling you that it's okay. It's okay to be stressed. What we need to do is unpack it, get to a point where we understand the stress, we understand the nature of it, the root where it's coming from, and from there we can begin to diagnose the causes and try to reduce that overall stress and get you in a more present mindset. So what does that look like? What does a more present mindset look like? And I want you to think about it this way. Whatever your source of stress is, maybe it's money, maybe it's relationships, let's pick one for the sake of clarity here. Let's say that you are worried about, let's say you're worried about your business. You're worried about your business taking off, okay? So you're scared that maybe you're going into debt, maybe you're already in debt, maybe you don't know how much money you're going to make, and you're worried that in X amount of time, in a couple months, you're going to be out of money. But you have all these things you need to finish, right? Maybe you need to finish your website, you need to keep practicing your craft, finding new clients, messaging people, doing whatever it is that you do to make money. You need to do this, but you're worried about this. How do we rectify this? Well, the first thing I want to point out to you is that there are no guarantees, okay? Whatever you're stressed about, something happening or something not happening, there are no guarantees in life for anything. There is no guarantee it's going to happen, and there's no guarantee it's not going to happen. You have to be okay with that. You have to understand that, okay? You could put in all of the work that you need to do, build out your website, build out your program, make your landing pages, run ads, reach out to people, do phone calls, and nothing could happen. You could not make a single dollar. Is that likely? No, not at all. It's not likely. If you have good information, you do research, you work hard, you're diligent, you're authentic, you're aligned with what you're doing, maybe you hire a mentor, or you buy a course, or do whatever it is you need to do to get the info you need to complete this stuff, the odds that you do it all and don't make any money are incredibly low, right? Right, okay. What about this? The odds that you succeed, right? You become a millionaire in a month. You pay off all your debts, all your bills, you make all the money in the world, and you just, like, your first ad that you run takes off. And you're set for life. There's no guarantee that will happen. Are the odds of it happening likely? No. That's not very likely either. What we realize is that all likelihood and the most probable reality lies somewhere in between those two probabilities. Somewhere in the middle, right? And the middle's not a bad place to be. It's not, right? Because there are good things that come with failure, and there are good things that come with success. Failure teaches you. It teaches you very, very valuable lessons. It makes you a better person, a stronger person, a more capable person, and someone who has failed a lot is much more likely to then succeed. Success has lots of bonuses too, right? You make money, you find your spouse, you have a great family life, you build great relationships, you beat your anxiety or depression, you get happy, you get fit, right? Whatever your goals are. When you reach it, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm here to tell you that the most likely case for you, my friend, is somewhere in the middle. A little bit of failure, a little bit of success. And you'll be bouncing back and forth between these two realities until you land right where you want to be. You just have to be willing to do the bouncing. You have to be willing to keep trying. There are no guarantees for failure or success in life for anything. So what is the point in worrying? What's the point in worrying? You can't control it. You can't control probability. There are so many factors that go into succeeding, whether it's health and fitness, money, relationships. There are so many factors that control the outcome that you don't even have a finger on, okay? If the economy crashes, stock market crashes, oops, sorry, right? The girl that you really like, maybe she moves away. Maybe she gets hit by a car. That's horrible. I don't want to think about that. Why should you think about that? You can't control it. You have this one life, my friend. You're here this one time. This one time. You can't worry about where you're going to end up. I can tell you, as someone who is only 26 years old, has been through, honestly, not that much for my lifespan. I can tell you nothing goes according to plan, okay? If you know about my history, you know that I wanted to be a soldier, I wanted to be an officer in the Army, ended up quitting West Point, getting banned from the ROTC. That didn't work out. Then I wanted to go to medical school. Almost failed organic chemistry. That didn't work out. I tried environmental science, physical therapy, eventually became a personal trainer, thought I'd be an online fitness coach for the rest of my life after I found success, and now here I am helping people build funnels and websites, and I'm helping them build their own coaching businesses. Nothing is going to go according to plan. Very few things go according to plan. And when something does go according to plan, appreciate it. But also appreciate the twists and the turns, okay? Appreciate the failures. I want you to think real quick how exciting your life would be, how gratifying your life would be if everything that you tried was successful on the first attempt. I want you to think really, really hard about that. Maybe you went to school. Every single test that you took, you got 100% on. Every single video game that you played, you beat every single level the first time you tried it. Every single time you lifted a new heavy weight, you lifted it perfectly, with perfect form, the first time. Endless PRs. Every time you walked up to a girl and asked her on a date, she said yes. Like, would life even be fun? The answer is no. It would be awful. It would be boring, right? How important would life be? What would the value that we put on a human life be if we never died? It would be like more worthless than dirt. You see, death and failure are an intrinsic part of the equation of life. There's no escaping them. Everyone's always rooting for the light, right? Everyone's always rooting for good and for life and for wins and success and happiness. Everyone's always rooting for this team. But the only reason they're rooting for this team is because the dark team, the team of death and failure and disappointment, exists. That's the only reason that this team seems good to us. If you removed the bad team, this would just be normal. It wouldn't be exciting. No one would be rooting for it, and no one would care about it. All I'm trying to tell you, my friend, is that life is black and white, yin and yang, good and bad. It always will be. There will always be failures. There will always be success. And what you need to be doing right now is living in the present moment, focusing on what you're doing that is moving you closer towards your goals, and doing it fearlessly. Do not worry about things you cannot control. Do not worry about failing. Failing and losing and being disappointed and depressed and anxious, those are the moments that teach us the most about who we are and what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. It teaches us about life. My failures as an entrepreneur made me a better entrepreneur. I would not be as good as I am right now if I hadn't failed so many times first. Getting into the 1,000 pound club, I got this necklace on the day I got into the 1,000 pound club. It would not have been special if I hadn't been failing and busting my ass for 13 months of powerlifting. It wouldn't have been special, right? My family, my perfect family life, my kids, my wife are without a doubt the most important thing in my life and the thing that I am most proud of. I love my family. I am so blessed to have such an amazing woman to call my wife and the mother of my children, and my 2 daughters are so special and so sweet. I don't feel like I deserve them. But you know what? They wouldn't be so great and it wouldn't be so special if I hadn't been through 8 years of turmoil and difficulty with Anna and learning about each other and, occasionally fighting and having to work through our problems and compromise. And there was lots of failure in there. When I first found out that my wife was pregnant, I was scared. There was failure involved. There will always be failure involved with your sweetest victories. The things you are most proud of, the road to the things that you are one day most proud of will be paved with failure. Blood, sweat, tears. It all goes into that concrete that paves the road, or rather the staircase, to the thing that you ultimately want. And you have to understand that. I'm going to end this video here because I think I've said all I can say, and the point is this. You will never escape failure. You will never escape disappointment. You will never escape death. Don't let that stop you from living your life, because everything would be meaningless and pointless and worthless without it. Enjoy what you're doing right now. Do not worry. Worry is a waste of time and it takes years off of your life. Appreciate life for what it is, a journey of uncertainty, a journey of great reward and struggle and strife and joy and happiness and achievement. And my friend, you will find your way to whatever it is you're trying to do as long as you keep trying and you don't let other people, other ideas, and negativity penetrate the fortress that should be your mind. Okay? You can do it. You'll be fine. It's great. Just be happy and know that the thing you want is a little bit further down the road. Okay? We will talk soon, guys. This has been another episode of Ask Coach Andrew. If you have questions for me about anything regarding fitness, self-development, entrepreneurship, or mindset, leave them in the comments. Shoot me a message. You can shoot me an email. I have my address somewhere down in the description. And you can also check out my website, andrewwuellner.com, to learn more about me and what I do, what I'm selling, how I help my clients build their businesses. We got lots of great stuff in store for you guys. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. You're all appreciated. We will talk very soon. Take care.